Hello my hungry friends! Today we're making cold cheesecake. Sernik na zimno. Welcome back friends, this is Anna and here we are in my Polish kitchen. And today we're making a no-bake cheesecake. In Polish we call it sernik na zimno. I have to think about it. And we will top it with fresh strawberries and jello. It is a delicious summer dessert and I used to eat it, or my mom used to make it for my birthday. I was so excited every year to have it. It's delicious. It's cold on a hot summer day. Strawberries are starting to be in season now. So I'm excited to make this. And this may seem like a very complicated recipe from just looking at the instructions, but it's really very simple. One, there's no baking, so it's just a lot of chilling. So we can start by, I'm using twaróg today, homemade farmer's cheese, just because I made some recently, a larger amount. I made 2 pounds, so I'm gonna use that. But I know this is hard to get in America, and when we lived there with my family, I used cream cheese and it worked great. You're gonna take your cream cheese out of the fridge and let it sit just to come up to room temperature, so it's a little bit easier to blend. And we're gonna put it in a food processor and we're gonna add some jello. So this is how we're gonna make our cheesecake not fall apart. So we're adding, you're gonna put 2 envelopes of unflavored gelatin in a jar with 1 cup of water, and you're gonna put 1 box of lemon jello in another, I guess you could go together, in another glass with 1 cup of water. So we're cutting the water in half. So, but don't think about it, don't worry about it. All you need to know is 2 envelopes of unflavored with 1 cup of water and 1 box of lemon jello with a cup of hot water. So I poured hot water over the jello powder, and I just stirred it, made sure it's all combined, and now it's been sitting here for probably 30 minutes, kind of cooling, because I don't want to pour this hot jello into my cheese because it'll just cook the cheese. But now that it's cooled off, I'm gonna add the jello here, and I have in the recipe 4 containers of plain cream cheese, and I'm just hoping all of it fits into my what you call it, my bowl here. And I was just telling my husband how I miss American size appliances because they're just so much larger. So I'm just gonna blend this for a minute or so. That blended for just about 10 seconds. And next I'm gonna add my lemon jello. And I'm scared, but I think we'll fit. And this is gonna help smooth out our cheese mixture, and it's gonna make it nice and smooth, I guess, right? So let's give this some spins and get it to nice and smooth again. My vocabulary is very limited today, I guess. I'm just gonna brush off the sides a little bit, and I can see how the jello is thickening this a little bit, but it's nice and smooth. So at this time in my recipe, I have another 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, but go ahead and taste this. And if you think it needs a bit more sweetness, I think it does, and I don't like things super sweet. But you're gonna get some sugar out of your jello, so you don't want to put a whole lot in there. The recipe calls for a 1/4 cup, but I think I'm gonna add half of that today. So just a couple tablespoons. And again, You be the judge, you be the chef at home. I'm gonna give this a couple more spins. Yummy. I think that's enough. So I'm gonna stop now. I can taste the lemon in it already. It's really tasty. So I just had to think about something I remembered. So traditionally this cheesecake in Poland is made from this cheese that we called serek homogenizowany. And it tastes like, do you know this product? I don't think it exists
in English maybe.
It's like homogenized cheese.
I don't know what that means.
But it tastes like if you took cream cheese, you whipped it like this to a little looser form, and you added some flavors to it. It comes in different flavors like lemon or strawberry or vanilla. So it looks like this and actually tastes just like this. But again, this product was not available where we lived in the States, and Polish deli was not always nearby. So this is a recipe I came up with, and I think it duplicates the real thing like 100%. So I'm really excited that I can show you this. Okay, next step that always makes me nervous is a good spring pan so that our cheese doesn't run through the cracks. And this is brand new. I'm hoping that this won't. So on the bottom of our spring pan, we're gonna put some kind of vanilla cookies. I found these at the local store, so that's what I'm using. And you're just gonna put them, if you have the round, I think they're called Nilla wafers, right? Mm-hmm. You can use those.
I miss Nilla wafers.
Yeah, I miss some things too. So you're just gonna line the bottom, and we're not doing the way that cheesecakes are done a lot of times in the States, where you blend your cookies and then you blend them with butter and then you kind of put them on the bottom. This is kind of how this is done. So you can do the vanilla cookies, you can do square cookies even if that's what you have. It really isn't that big of a deal. Just kind of, and it's if you can see, it's not even covering the whole bottom completely, which is fine. I can crack this one cookie and just kind of shove it in here. So don't stress about it too much. All right, and that's our cheesecake. It's really easy, like I said. So the jello that we've added to the mixture is gonna solidify our cheese, and see, it's already kind of getting stiff. So we pour it over our cookies, and I had some comments under this recipe published a while ago. I had people commenting and saying that the cheese ran through their spring pan, or it was too watery, and my guess was or is that they put too much water into the jello recipe.
So like they followed the instructions on the jello.
Yeah, which you have to cut the water by half, and that's what's gonna make your cheesecake too watery, or it's not even gonna fit into the pan that I'm just gonna put this away. It's not gonna fit into the pan or the pan size I recommended, because it's just too much volume. So just stick to what I tell you. And this, it's not coming out the bottom, so we're happy. But it's kind of nice and jiggly now. Sometimes you can, my mom has done this plenty of times as well. If I wanted this cheesecake in the wintertime and fresh strawberries were not available most of the time in Poland, you can buy strawberries in the winter, but they kind of taste like cardboard. She would make it with canned peaches, and then she would add peach pieces into the cheese as well before putting this in the fridge. So that's an option as well. You can kind of try and see what you like. So now this has to go in the fridge until it kind of stiffens. Probably needs probably about 2 hours. If you're making it overnight, that's fine as well. But then there is going to be another layer that's going to go on top, a layer of jello that's going to have to solidify as well. So if you're planning this for a birthday or planning it for whatever occasion, just make sure you give yourself enough time for this one layer to solidify, then put jello layer on top, and then for that layer to also solidify. So we'll put this in the fridge, and then we can prepare our, I'm using red jello because I kind of like the, or strawberry jello, because I like the contrast of white and red. So as soon as I put this in the fridge, I'm gonna make my red jello and give it a little bit of time to cool down, so then when I pour it over my solidified cheesecake, it doesn't melt it. So we'll see you in a bit. Cheesecake's been chilling for a little while, not very long, probably about an hour. I was surprised how quickly it solidified today. Maybe my fridge is super cold or something. And in the meantime, I made my strawberry jello. So it's 2 boxes and 2 cups of water. So again, half of the water that the box will be calling for. So I made it as soon as I put the cheesecake in the fridge, and now it's cool. It's not completely cold yet, but cold enough to pour over our cheesecake. And I have some fresh strawberries here. You can do whatever fruit you like, strawberries, fresh blueberries, or mixture of both. And I have just sliced these, and now I'm going to just kind of put them around. And you can get fancy if you want. You can just go simple. I'm just gonna go kind of random because I'm not great at this, but you can do a design. You can actually throw some fresh blueberries along with your strawberries to bring more colors. Again, my mom would do this with canned peaches in the wintertime, and that was delicious as well. So that's an option.
This could be great for 4th of July.
4th of
and
July.
then you make the American flag, oh glory, out of blueberries and strawberries.
It could.
4th of July, people. This is perfect.
And you can do as many as you want. Strawberries are coming in season now here in Poland, so, and they taste amazing. I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but strawberries are like double as sweet. All right, and here's my berries, and then jello is nicely mixed, and I'm just slowly pouring this over my berries. And our cheese has sealed, hopefully, our the bottom of the pan, and it won't come out on the sides. So jello may make some of these strawberries come up a little bit, but that's okay. You can, if you're patient, you can put this in the fridge for 10 minutes or so. Let this solidify a little bit, and then pour a little bit more over to kind of keep the strawberries down, but I don't have patience today. And here is our cheesecake. So then we will put this in the fridge again until, probably not much longer now, just for our jello to solidify and set. We want the inside of the cheesecake to set really well as well, so I would at this time, probably best to refrigerate it overnight. If you can't, at least 2 or 3 solid hours, because we don't want cut into the cake and then kind of be still runny. So let's put it in and we'll taste it when it's done. Our cheesecake is done. We chilled it overnight just to make sure it solidifies completely. But I do have a pro tip, semi-pro tip, home tip. To when you're doing the jello layer, and you put the strawberries on your cheesecake first, and then you pour a little bit of jello on. Pour about half of your jello, and then put it in the fridge for it to grab the strawberries so they stay down a little bit more, and then pour the rest of it. Mine had floated up to the top, and they just look better when they are submerged. So maybe you can try that when you're making yours. So as mentioned, this was sitting in my fridge overnight, and it's nice and ready to eat. I have a butter knife here that I'm gonna loosen the clamp, or what do you call this? Clamp a little bit, and then I'm just kind of running my knife all around the cheesecake, just so it kind of sticks away, and I don't tear it too much. So just all around in the circle, and then open, sesame, fingers crossed, and here it is. Not too shabby, eh? It's nice and tall, and we have a nice jello layer. You can also make these in individual either glass or plastic containers. You would follow the same process, just fill them as high as you want, and that's a nice single dessert that you can do in this weird time. Shall we?
We shall.
You have a question?
Yeah, what's on your shirt?
Hello, my hungry friends.
Oh, new merch alert! New merch alert!
If you haven't been to PolishYourKitchen.com yet, head over there. On the top menu, you can see different tabs, recipe index, or you can read about who we are or who I am and what we do here at Polish Your Kitchen. Tons of recipes on there. Also merch store with this new requested by one of our viewers, Hello My Hungry Friends t-shirt. Go ahead and support our channel. We very much appreciate it. And subscribe down below to help grow our channel. We will be grateful. So let's get to tasting. I will cut one piece, just right down the middle. And I can tell it's nice and solid. All the gelatin is doing the job. And down below, and it's actually coming up pretty nicely. Ho 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 ho! Beautiful, huh?
Gorgeous.
I'm pretty proud of myself. This does not come out. If you follow the recipe to the T, this is what you'll end up with. Let's try it. It's super gelatinous, not super sweet. Strawberries are coming through. I can taste the lemon a little bit in my cheesecake, and check out the consistency of my cheese down here. It's nice and solid. It shouldn't run or anything. Keep this in the fridge until you're ready to serve, and make it for your next family occasion. I hope you visit us again and cook and eat with us, and keep coming back. We love you guys. Smacznego!